Hey y'all, last week was sort of a short week for me. I didn't work on Friday, so when I show you my pay, it's going to be on the low side, which is fine by me, really. Uh, Financially, I'm fine. I could have taken a vacation day to take up some of that slack, but I did not. So, uh, this week, I started out on Amazon, and next week I'm also going to start out on Amazon for a couple days. So my paycheck next week will be uh, definitely better than what I got yesterday. I'm actually doing this a little bit late. I was pretty busy yesterday. Ended up having issues with a tire and ran my full 14 basically, um, and ended up not quite making it to where I needed to be this morning. So I had to leave earlier this morning to get to my first stop. Anyway, uh, I'll show you my pay for last week with working 4 days. All right, sorry for the glare here. Anyway, you can see May 6, 2021. It's me. Only had 1,200 miles. Sort of a short week overall. My gross pay was 1171.15. See my deductions there. Then my net pay was only 788.41. So this is definitely on the low side for me. It was not the best week, and then I had a day off just because I had a load get canceled on Friday. Actually, Simmons didn't have a load for me. They were supposed to send me to Home Depot, and then that got canceled. So I just worked at home, worked around the house. So, a little short on pay, not that impressive, but I'm going to show you the good and the bad. Sometimes it works out like that. Like I said, I could have taken a vacation day. I could have asked them to send me to a different account, but I had a lot of stuff I needed to get done at the house anyway. So I just took the day off unpaid, and for me, that was fine. You do have other options. There's other accounts you can fill in on if you want to work, or if you got the vacation time, you can take that day for vacation time. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so the tire thing, that was kind of a 2 day ordeal, and it ended up being something really simple. I was leaking air out of my right steer tire, which made me pretty uncomfortable. It was a slow leak, but it was leaking. So I called to see if they could fix it overnight while I was parked and I was at home, and they sent a technician out, and they looked at the tire and they did a tread depth, and they didn't do anything. So I guess JB Hunt paid for the service call and nothing happened. But I did lose air overnight, about 5 pounds or so. Nothing too major, but it's my steer tire and it's leaking. So I called to see if I could get it in later. And anyway, long story short, I ended up taking it over to a shop, a Goodyear shop. They made me wait for 45 minutes, and finally they looked at it for about 3 minutes and decided that the valve stem cap was broken, and it was forcing the valve stem open and causing a leak. And it was a very small leak. So over a 2 day period, I would probably lose about 20 pounds of pressure. So they replaced it, and now I don't have a problem. The only problem was all the time I wasted trying to get them to fix apparently a problem that would have taken 5 minutes and 25 cents to cover the cap. If I'd had a cap, and known that was the problem, I would have fixed it myself or just taken that cap off and rolled without it. But it was leaking so slow, I really couldn't tell. So, I guess next time carry liquid soap with me. I don't know. Anyway, it turned into a 2-day ordeal and got my blood pressure up a little bit because they didn't fix it the first time and I had to deal with it again later. All right, but it's fixed. And anyway, I'm in Minnesota this morning. I'm in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, and then I'm heading over to Becker, Minnesota, and then from there, just rolling back empty to the yard in Janesville. So it'll be a lot of driving today. It's going from Janesville to Becker with a 65-mile-per-hour truck. You can't turn that in one day. The mileage is just a little bit too long in that time period. So I got a head start and made it to pretty close, within 30 miles of the border of Minnesota. I was still in Wisconsin and then crossed over this morning, ran the rest of the way. So I should have plenty of time to get home, assuming I don't have any issues. So that's that, y'all. Not a whole lot going on. We still need drivers at JB Hunt, though. So if you're interested about that, just shoot me a message here on YouTube. You can text me at 608-424-8121 or also call that number 608-424-8121. Leave me a message. That's not a Google voice number. It's an actual number that I pay for. You may get a voicemail from me, though, because I may or may not answer depending on if I'm driving or whatever's going on. But I'll give you a call back or text you back when I get a shot. All right. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. It helps me see those videos.